But I also say, I am somebody who can live in any land. And alhamdulillah, I have many places to go to. But I have chosen to live here. Why? Because my reading of the seerah, and I could be wrong in this, my reading of the seerah, we don't just look at the negative. We look at the potential for positive. We don't just look at the evil. We look at the effects of positive we can do. And in my humble opinion, the fact that we are in this land and Americans, the fact that this is our country, we can achieve a positive that no other community can achieve. We can bring about an influence that is legal, that is ethical, that is shari'i, that is constitutional. And I've said this multiple times, this isn't some secret agenda. This isn't preaching some radical jihad, radical sharia. I am telling you to understand your responsibilities as American citizens, to understand your civic duty in shaping the law of this land and the foreign policy of this land. This is not some hidden agenda. This is the essence of being an American citizen. And we are the only people, American Muslims, who have that potential and power. So I say, in my humble assessment, where will you run away to? Which country is less guilty? Wallahi, so many of our own Muslim countries, I cannot mention names here, they are even more guilty than what our own country is doing. And it hurts even more because they're Muslims and supposed to know better. Where will you run away to? What will you do? So I am telling you, this is my personal suggestion. Don't just jump based upon emotion. Think logically, think 10 steps ahead. And don't just look at the negative, look at the potential for positive. I say bluntly, you should be angry, you should be ashamed. Wallahi, it is disgusting that even a small percentage of my taxes goes over there. So when you give taxes, I've said, you should make your niyyah, oh Allah, my niyyah is my taxes are going for the roads, for the health services. My niyyah is my taxes are not going for foreign policy. You should and you must make that intention, because we don't want our taxes to go there. But still, we look at the positives. What can we do? And do you know what, oh Muslims? Every single week, the percentage of the next generation that is changing its mind is increasing. I just looked at the surveys from last week. 80% of Americans under the age of 35 have sympathies with the Palestinian people. 80%. Do you not realize our government, the elites, the powers are becoming paranoid and fanatical? They're banning TikTok. Do you want to know why they're banning TikTok? Because TikTok is changing the minds of the next generation. So they're introducing legislation. They have the most bizarre legislations that are actually going against the First Amendment. They're losing track of reality. It is a sign of desperation. Wallahi, our hearts are bleeding because of the deaths of the Palestinians. At the same time, we see frustration and desperation from the elites. We see on the other side, the table is turning and they know it. And I say, Alhamdulillah, thumma Alhamdulillah. It is obvious that maybe the apartheid regime might win the small battle. Maybe. But they have lost the war. Globally, they have lost the war. They have lost the support of the majority, if not all of mankind. And our one country is left standing. All of the EU, all of the other countries, they've withdrawn. It's only our country. So this is the time to become active. This is the time to tip over. This is the time to do whatever you can. We are the only Muslim community in the world that has the legal and civil rights to change from within. And you want to abandon and go somewhere else? No, wallahi no. My advice to you, I'm not saying it's wajib. My advice to you as somebody who really does read and understand and think, it's my humble suggestion, take that anger, take that guilt and channel it to activism, to social media, to changing the hearts and minds. 80%, we want to make it 100%. That's your goal. We want to make it 100%. So go do that. Find your colleagues and friends. Learn the history of that land and start preaching and teaching. Start changing the hearts and minds. Victory is not achieved overnight. It takes many, many years. Even the Prophet took 23 years. You think me and you are going to do it any faster? Even the Prophet took 2 decades to the conquest of Mecca. And of course, this is just from the seerah. We're going to learn from history. It's more than this. So bottom line, yes, wallahi, it's awkward. Our hearts are very hurt, but then it should motivate us. What did our Prophet say? Whoever amongst you sees evil, try to change it with your hand. What did he say then? If you cannot do so. Okay, we cannot do it. We cannot change it with our hands. He gave us a way out. If you cannot do so, change it with your tongue. This is what we can do. It is our constitutional right to do so. Alhamdulillah, we have those freedoms. So go ahead and use the tongue that Allah has given you. Use the pen, use the social media, and do your best to help our brothers and sisters, because insha'Allah the victory is close.